What's up, guys? Welcome to another HelloFresh with me video. Today we're going to be cooking pork sausage spaghetti bolognese. All right, let's see what ingredients we were provided. So we start with sweet Italian pork sausage, some Parmesan cheese, some marinara, garlic clove, that's Tuscan spice, some spaghetti. You're going to want to break that in half as well, and then a zucchini. I really love making these videos. I love cooking. It's super calming and it's kind of like an art form, I feel like. So yeah, no, I'm happy to keep providing these and sending you updates because I'm already buying the boxes anyway, so I might as well make some content out of it. But yep, you want to salt some water, get it boiling, and you're going to want to start dicing up and cutting up your veggies here. So you're just going to want to dice up your garlic clove and get that nice into some small pieces. I use my garlic mincer here, which is super helpful. Garlic, once you start cutting it up, it gets super sticky, so this kind of helps, like, so it's not sticking to your hands and all that good stuff. So highly recommend getting one of these. All right, now for the zucchini. So the way that they wanted you to cut it up in the recipe is using a peeler and peeling off pieces off of it. To be honest with you, as you're going to see, it was quite the mess trying to peel this, and it took a long time. Yeah, it breaks up into tiny pieces. Honestly, if you have another way of cutting it up, if you can cut it thinly into round slices, that works too. It doesn't really matter, just as long as the zucchini is nice and thin and it can be cooked quickly in the pasta once the pasta is already created. So that's kind of why you want to make it thin here. Not a big fan of using the peeler to cut up the zucchini, but it is what it is. I'm not going to be doing that again. I'll be using something else. So now you're going to want to take your pork sausage. You're going to remove all the casing from it. So it's much easier to break up once you cook it. The casing is completely edible, so this is totally optional. All right, now you're going to want to start cooking everything. You're going to want to oil up a pan, throw your pork sausage in there, and you want to make sure you start boiling your water as well, or you already started that. And you're going to start cooking your pork sausage, breaking it up. Once your water's boiling, you're going to throw your spaghetti in there. You're going to make sure you cook it for enough time to get to al dente. As you can see here, the pork sausage doesn't break up too easily. Once it starts to cook through, it'll be much easier to break up. So you will get there as you cook the sausage. And always remember to stir up your pasta. All right, so now you're gonna want to season your sausage. I use my favorite seasoning, adobo, but you can use salt and pepper here. It doesn't necessarily matter. But yeah, make sure you season it up. All right, now that your sausage is cooked through, you're gonna wanna start adding your spices. So you're gonna start with your garlic, even though that's not necessarily a spice. And then you're also gonna add the Tuscan spice as well. You're gonna add that whole thing onto it and get it nice and incorporated and mix it all up. Make sure that you're gonna start really starting to smell the garlic and the spice, and it's gonna be really good. It's gonna fill up your kitchen. After you mixed in the garlic and the Tuscan spice, now you're gonna wanna add in your marinara sauce. Okay, now your spaghetti is nice and cooked and at al dente. You're gonna wanna drain it and save some of your pasta water. About a cup, that's what you'll need. Okay, now that everything's cooked other than the sauce, you're gonna want, now we got a nice close-up of the sauce, and you're gonna wanna add your zucchini, add some pasta water, mix it all up, get the zucchini start to cook. Zucchini getting cooked doesn't take long here. It probably takes around like 3-4 minutes. So that's all you're gonna need. Once it starts getting a little bit soft, that's when you know it's ready to go. Add 1 tablespoon of butter. All right, and we're looking pretty good here. Now we're just gonna add our spaghetti and add the spaghetti in, get it nice and mixed up. If you think you need more liquid / sauciness consistently, just continue to add more pasta water. I like mine saucy, so I always like to add a good amount of pasta water to my dishes. Now this is where you add the nice Parmigiano Romano. Make sure to save a little bit at the end so you can top your pasta once you plate it. Makes it just look nice. As always, you want to taste your food before you are done. So I tasted it. I felt like I wanted to add a little bit more seasoning. So I added some adobo, added some pepper. Especially adding zucchini that's unseasoned. It could make the rest of your food a little bit less seasoned, so it doesn't hurt to add a little bit extra. Okay, and that's it. Look at this thing. Oh yeah. Pork sausage spaghetti bolognese. This was amazing. The good thing about pasta too is if you make extra, you just freeze it. And then once you want it again, you take it out of the freezer, you throw it back in the pan, you throw some water in there, you cook it up. It's like it's fresh. It's the best thing ever. And last but not certainly least, I have some free codes for you if you want to try HelloFresh. I am not sponsored by HelloFresh. And if you use these codes, you are not locked into a subscription. You can get your first box for free. And then moving forward, if you like it, you get an additional discount. I think it's $15 off your second and third box as well. It's not a bad deal. So if you use my codes that you see right here, it will give me money to take off my boxes as well. So I always appreciate you guys using my codes. And if these codes don't work for any reason, feel free to reach out to me. And I'm happy to send you codes that I get directly from my HelloFresh account. But yeah, not sponsored. Hopefully one day I will be. But if you ever want to try it out yourself, feel free to take one of these codes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, and stay positive.